Going into King's Cove. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have ivTheMazoku.
It's spawning in the top left-hand corner. The pull of his gravitational waves are unparalleled. He's the green Terran player. Ris3n's gravity.
I win again.
You know,
GG.
what would you do? What would you even do if they like didn't spawn in the corners? They're like, and spawning in the exact middle of the map. It's gravity. Do you end
I
the
don't know,
cast?
dude.
Do you restart the map, or do you just go with it? Like,
I think you just go with it, you know? I
he
mean,
has
hey,
30 workers mining, but
Renegade.
yeah.
Remember, they put Redshift into the map pool. So who's to say that they would just throw in a center's spawn map? You know, at this point.
I mean, I think that comes down philosophically to the question: is Redshift a map? Like, can it be called?
You know, as hard as you want to, you can't delete it from history. You know.
I will make it legal. Okay. Looks like we have a 16 hatch from the Mazoku.
Man, dude, I don't even want to think about Redshift. I just have like memories of. I remember when that map came out, and Kugel and I were like, "Let's practice the new map pool." And that was back like when I was still playing random. And I got Terran like twice in a row against Kugel on Redshift, and he just kept blinking, just like blink all inning me, and blinking through the gold, and then just like sniping my stim and blinking back out. It was the most obnoxious shit of all time.
I can only imagine. That sounds like an absolute hell to be in.
Yeah, man.
But
I do not have fond memories of. I was dead. There's not a scenario where I wasn't dead till I was dead yet, because I was dead.
Okay, alright, well, in that case I have nothing to say, because, you know, if you're not dead, then you survive, but what does it mean if you're dead? Does that mean...
Well,
didn't
at that
survive?
point, you should probably give up surviving, because you've already died. Whoa, did you see that Reaper juke?
I did see that.
It just
that's
threaded
pretty
the
nice.
needle between the two links.
No damage being done, but no damage being dealt, so...
A little bit of scouting, and I feel like this is typically what you see with the Reaper, you know. On rare occasions, it can get, you know, a link, or, you know, a drone, which is always nice. It's gonna get a link. I guess that's not that rare. But most of the time you don't see drone damage with the Reaper, but you do get that all-important scouting. Oh, and he might be able to deny the third base. This would be absolutely clutch. Oh, you need to target down the drone. But I think it's gonna get zoned by the lings. Mazoku?
Makazu
is able to get down his third base.
So, this is what I was talking about in the previous games about the Reaper harass. It's annoying, it's stressful for both players. You don't want to lose a drone to that Reaper, and you don't want to lose the Reaper to the Lings. And these Lings gonna head out, kind of poke in here, see if there's a third. Hellions gonna clean that up if they do choose to go in here. Oh, but the Hellions leaving the base!
Oh, and right as they do, those Lings just being annoying, killing an SCV and forcing those Hellions to... And I think... Is there an armory? There's not an armor.
Alright, all these Lings gonna get roasted. All the caster calls just going down in flames, or not. I don't know. 3 Lings survive.
Oh, hey man, I haven't predicted a Nidus yet, so you never know. I don't think
that
it's
begs the
gonna be a
question.
Nidus.
Do you think? Oh, okay. All right. Dead meme. Okay.
Dead me.
But what
I
if it
don't
is,
predict
though?
a Nidus.
I'm gonna predict that there's gonna be 2 Niduses this game.
Yeah, well, you know, you might be right. But it looks like it's gonna be... I would say Marauder Hellbat, but there's no armory. I mean, he's building Marauders, and he's got a bunch of Hellions, which always kind of screams to me that it's gonna be that Marauder Hellbat timing, but maybe
Of course.
he's forgotten the armor.
It's very weird. It's very weird to look at. This should be a Marauder Hellbat timing, absolutely. Those 8 Hellions that we were talking about earlier are on the map, but The tech just isn't there.
Yeah, I think he might have just forgotten the armory. I mean, either way, he's gotten a decent amount of work done with the Hellions. And he's kind of transitioning into mines behind this. I just think he could have hit really hard with a few Marauders, and all these Hellions being made into Hellbats as the Baneling Nest is finishing now, right? So if he had that, he could have gotten some serious damage, but there still could be. Oh, the Lynx are actually getting some great work done here, as well as the Queens. And all these Hellions, it looks like... Nope, are going to be cleaned up. And my intakes of breath are not necessary, as no drone damage is done.
Zerg in a really good position right now. Streaming more Lings across the map. Probably going to poke in, see if there's a third. Wall-off is here, and mines. Hopefully he doesn't string all the Lings into the mines.
Oh, here he comes in though.
Jesus.
Boom, and
Boom, there go
Alright.
the Zerglings.
First mine hit, not so great. Second mine hit, pretty Chad. Pretty Chad mine hit.
pretty sure. I mean, it was 5 and 7. Look at the kills.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was indeed.
You need those Chad mine hits, you know?
Yeah.
6
Go on
isn't,
it.
he's going down though. That's good damage, man. Another pretty
take that
decent
trade,
mine hit. And ivTheMazoku
42
getting a
workers.
fourth, droning up his third, getting a Spire. He's looking like a right Zerg boss right now.
Up 46 workers to 33. Core base. As the Zerg, this is a position I want to be in all day, every day. You're just basking in the sun, making drones. You have enough units to defend. I've fallen a little bit behind in army supply, but as the Zerg, that's fine. You want to make your units. As the Terran heads across the map, and Mazoku does see this push out. Looks like he's going to go and try to meet this in the middle of the map. A little bit indecisive with these Lings. Like to see a couple more Banelings mixed in here. Spire finishing up, 16 more Lings on the way. He does see the Medivacs heading across.
That's always a funny thing when you spot like the medevac drop coming with Lings and you just like run around under it like, yeah,
I dare you, motherfucker.
like. But here it comes, and I think his best choice here is to back out. I mean, Mazoku knows it's coming. He's gonna be prepared. Maybe he can boost into the main, but even there are Lings, and here it goes. The drops are coming in. There's not quite enough Lings here to stop the push, but oh, these mines friendly fire. Oh, they're gonna fire on Overlords. That's not what he wants.
Definitely less
And-
than ideal. All these Lings.
Yeah, that means the
everything
Lynx and
up.
Banes are going to be able to force this out, and luckily for him, there's not enough mutas here to kill the medevac. This has been repelled strongly.
That's not good for gravity. You know, as the Terran, you are not getting a base. You are not taking a third in order to be able to afford this attack. And going up against a Zerg that's on 4 base, that has 63 workers, close to that 65 ideal you want versus a Terran. It's gotta be scary for gravity.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to turn into one of those games where you say there's a reason they call it the swarm. Overwhelming number of units are going to be able to be produced by Mazoku. I don't know if he wants to take this fight, though. Everything's kind of trickling in, but here come the Banelings. But here come the mines. A great hit on the first one, and the second one blows up a bunch. But still, they get a lot of the Marines, and this is
the
where...
bio going down for gravity at the trade with the Banelings. And Mazoku can afford that.
Yeah, this is what you were talking about, right? Maybe not overall the greatest trade, but he doesn't need the greatest trade, and he knows it. He knows he's facing a 2-base Terran, and he's a 4-base Zerg, so he will take the trades he can get, because you know what? He can replace his units easily, and gravity cannot.
A lot of energy on these command centers, but every mule that's dropped on these 2 bases is going to make it mine out faster and faster. And with the economy the Zerg has, you know, it's going to spiral out of control very quickly. The more units he has, the more creep spread, the more map control, the more bases he can take, the more larvae he has, the more units. And that's the kind of spiral you want to stop as the Terran. Gravity gonna
Sounds
send...
kind of like Chrono boosting your Chrono boost, bro.
Yeah, maybe Chronophobia should switch his name to Creepophobia.
Zergophobia.
Zergophobia, 4-basophobia, I don't know.
Anyway, I think Mazoku is making the correct decision here and kind of playing defensively, but here comes a double drop into the natural. A very timely pull away of the drones, but this Spire, not long for this world. It does... But, I mean, it does... That's not gonna remake it. He's already got the deal with the medevacs. I mean, there's no... I think he can get aggressive if he wants to, Mazoku, but there's no impetus from him to do that. He knows he's got such a big economic lead that... I guess he's losing a little bit in the background here. Again, Gravity. Getting that third CC now, but it's just so... Oh, and these Corruptors... Oh, they missed the meta...
I do like this nice little drop here from Gravity. Oh, Corruptors have found the medevacs.
Gone
Everything
now.
is dead that is on this side of the map. In the army supply, 65, 243 in favor of Ivy.
Is this a Balin counterattack? Oh, he might hit from both sides. It looks like Zoku prepping for a multi-sided attack.
Is he though?
He's gonna
kind of all out me
he's kind of grouping it. No, he's got some lings wrapping around the other side, forcing a stand. Well, he collapses on the tank. Here come the Corruptors. These medevacs getting absolutely shredded. And again, these are good trades, and he doesn't even need good trades. He just needs trades at this point. Already almost doubling the supply of his opponent. The bio's going down, the medevacs are going down, and I think Gravity is in a little bit of trouble here. Well, it could have been worse. Still 10 SCVs. 10 SCVs. He's down at 50 supply to the 137 of his opponent. Mazoku's gonna chillax on his 4-base economy and say, you know what, I've done a good bit of damage, maybe I'll pressure your third, but beyond that, come at me, bro.
Hive Tech, you know, behind this attack, Mazoku putting down a 5th base, getting Hive Tech, more upgrades on the way, more Muta, more wings, macroing back home, and that macro wave that he was doing behind this attack is what is going to put the nail in the coffin for Gravity.
And he killed the third. That's painful.
Straight
As
up
the main about mined out, the natural not far behind it. Greater Spire starting. Like, if that Greater Spire finishes, there's just like
0% chance.
0%
chance.
Right now we're at like 1%, and yeah, yeah. Overwhelming number of units here, up over 100 supply, and I think GG is called. Gravity, he took two wins? Yeah, he took 2 wins, right?
Yeah, he took 2 wins.
So, but now, Mazoku getting himself a win, putting Legion back in the lead at 3-2.